right there. Well, welcome to the Midday Show. If you're just tuning in, this is the People's 105.5 FM, the senior woman right here, Mufasa Mustafa, the queen of the Pride Land. And yeah, El Giver is here, so Georgie is here. And we told you that when we come back from that break, we've got four powerful women in the building. We're going to be telling us something really, really important, something interesting, something that I think everyone should pay attention to because it has to do with children. It has to do with people with special needs. And this morning, I'm going to start from, when you take a picture, you say your extreme right and your extreme left when you see it in the picture. So I'm going to start from my extreme right. I'm joined by Dr. Joyce Ugochukwu, who is a member of the Board of Trustees of Child Care Trust. She's a public health physician, a former medical director of Nwakego Medical Center in Lagos. She's currently retired, but they say if you're retired, doesn't mean that you're not going to fight for a good cause. It's good to have you in the studio. Good morning, Dr. Joyce.
Good morning.
It's good to have you. I love your smile anyway. We'll talk about that later. Maybe I'll take classes from you. Also, this morning we're joined by Dr. Pastor. Yes, she doesn't want the title. Or how do you want me to address you? If you don't want the title, just say, you know what? I get that humility is key. All right. Okay, so this morning I'm joined with Mrs. Hanani Hamani, who is the director of Child Care Trust Center, Buhari. Pastor Mrs. Hamani started as a clerical officer in the Veterinary Research Institute, VOM, in 1982. Then went back to school to read Med Lab Tech in 1985. And she worked with the medical laboratory and married a pastor. All right, we'll talk about that later. You know, a lot of us we used to run away from pastors. We young girls, we all like to marry pastors. Reverend Harmony of blessed memory in 1990, and she was called to ministry and co-pioneered Elim churches and had trainings to be the home manager for Gilead Foundation with headquarters in the UK and was a proprietress for Elim School in Port Harcourt and traveled widely for ministry, seminars, conferences, among many other accomplishments. And just so you know, she's presently the director of YWAM Base Abuja, which is Youth with a Mission. It's good to have you here. Good morning to you. All right. And also we're joined by Mrs. Mary Rose Lante Briggs, who is the CEO of Petra Speech and Early Childhood Development Center. It's good to have you in the studio this morning. All right. And finally, we're joined by Princess Nwakego Ibrahim Pam, who is the founder and executive director of Petra Speech and Early Childhood Developmental Center, and is also promoting the relaunch of the Child Care Trust Fund by the former First Lady of blessed memory, Mrs. Stella Obasanjo. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you all here.
It's my pleasure.
You know, when I say gathering of women, my body used to, let me say it, my body used to sweat me because I know that we are always up to something good when we gather like this. So I'm going to start from, I'll start with you, Mrs. Hamady. Let's talk about this center. What is it about? And how did it start? What was the inception when it comes to how it was? I don't know how was it birthed? If that's the correct way to ask you.
Thank you very much indeed. This vision was battered by the First Lady, late Mama Stella Obasanjo, in 1999. And then they were situated in Wuse 2. And thereafter, they moved to Buhari. And the laying of the foundation was May 9th, 2000. And then the commissioning was done on August 22, 2002. Yeah, this pet project is a non-governmental project and is geared towards helping children living with disability, like children with autism, learning disability, cerebral palsy, and what have you. So it's been running, but at a time we shut down within the period of 18 months. But it was rebatted in 2011, where we all began. And we have dear mommy, Dr. Ogochukwu, who was there from the inception.
So I'm going to
So you
ask
want to tell
her,
more?
yes. So you mentioned that it got shut down at some point and then came back in 18 months. What was the reason why you had the center had to close for that period of time before coming back home?
Thank you very much. I would like to start by telling you what really transpired at the beginning.
Mm.
You know, Obasanjo came into power, and the wife, the late Mrs. Stella Obasanjo, decided to start the center. That was in 2000.
Mm.
And after that 2000, we stayed in a rented apartment in Muse 2, and she launched the present center in Buhari. And when we started, it's a non-governmental, non-profit making.
Mhm.
We had a lot of donations because they were in power. And it was so easy for us at that early stage.
Yeah.
So by 2006, when she died, we saw that donation went down.
Mm.
But the husband was still in power, and we were able to cope up to 2010 when we got some workers that were not too free with us. They were hiding things. So it got to a point that they were not transparent as they were. So things went so low, funds were not available. We had to shut down for a while. So when we got some backing from the daughter and the son and the husband, we started again. And since then, we got this new set of management group. It has been awesome. They've been transparent. They've been so hardworking, and you could see commitment. So we've been moving, but not at the pace we wanted. So this collaboration, we are hoping will take us to that level where we want to be.
Let me come to you, Ms. Princess. First of all, a lot of people start up foundations, a lot of people start up centers. It could be for women, it could be for something else. So why did you guys narrow it down to children with special needs? Why you could have just you could have said it should be something else. Why children with special needs?
Thank you very much. Because I believe that you do things that is within your expertise. So, as an early childhood educator and special needs teacher for over 30 years, I felt inclined to leave a legacy and to impact my field with my skills and knowledge. And the day I walked into the Stella Obasanjo Child Care Trust, it was like a miracle. I felt at home because that's how I've been with special needs children and their family. And then what struck me was that the center was like a replica of my vision, what I had envisaged to do for the past 20 years, building a center that could serve special needs children, family, and teachers. And I said, why should such a structure that has the capacity for 120 kids be running under capacity just 26 kids? When there is a huge opportunity for the center to thrive.
Yeah.
And so it was also, when I say challenge, it also energized me. So collaborating with the Stella Obasanjo Child Care Trust to ensure that that structure, that legacy, that vision she had many years ago, ahead of her time, will be materialized. And it will make the impact that she had always wanted to have in the lives of the special needs children. And what is the goal that she had some 30 years ago when special needs education was not even recognized? The children were hidden. It's a taboo for families to accept that their children had some disabilities or the other. So that is the key behind this collaboration. We want to make the legacy of the late First Lady, Mrs. Stella Obasanjo, revive, reactivate what she had started and what diminished her legacy after her death. So we want to immortalize her. We want to bring back that vision because her vision was for the children, the special needs children. It also aligns with my vision. For me, special needs children is a ministry for me. I've been dealing with them for over 30 years. I know the impact of having a special child in a family. It takes financial it causes financial strain, emotional strain. Many families are separated just because of having a special needs child in the family. So we need to mitigate for the families that having a special needs child is not a condemnation to break your marriage, it's not a condemnation to make a woman not pursue her career, it's not a condemnation to deny you to live as a woman with a special needs child to your full capacity in every aspect and sphere of your life. So that is what the collaboration is all about. So just give me one more moment. Let me deviate from the core of why we're here. We also, with the collaboration, we're looking at collaborating with different government institutions to create a standardized curriculum for the special needs education. In Nigeria, the special needs education is fragmented. It has been invaded by private sector who see it as a place to make money, but instead of seeing it as a place to impact and to improve the quality of life of special needs children, not all the private organizations. So I retrieve that not all. The majority of them see it as a place to come and for parents with special needs to come and spend money
As a business venture.
as a business venture and give their children. That's not what centers like that should be made for. And secondly, we're also looking at standardizing the methodology, the methods, the policies, the monitoring and evaluation of teachers who handle these children. We must have a standardized methodology so that we can monitor that anywhere in, let's start with FCT, that special needs children are treated, there is a standard they cannot go below. There is an environment that should be provided for them. There are necessary things that needs to be in place before you can use the terminology that you have a special needs center or you have a special needs class. So those are the visions behind this collaboration. So it's apart from relaunching the Stella Passenger legacy, we're here to ensure that they feel our presence, making sure that we move the special needs education to the level where it should be compared to the Western world. Thank you.
That's really applaudable if you ask me, to be able to think about special needs children, not just think about it as a way to make money or just say you're just doing it for the sake of it, but we can definitely see the passions in your voice, the passion in your eye for these children. I'll come to you, Mrs. Mary Rose Lante. You are the CEO of Retro Speech. With this happening right now, and you also collaborating with them, I'm sure that nobody collaborates and not think of the future and thinking of reaching somewhere. So, with the collaboration, what are you aiming for at the end of the day?
At the end of the day, we're aiming for a system to be set in place, a system that will run, a system that will make sure that a child that comes in is evaluated on the day of inception, on the day of their first coming in. We say, this is what the parents say is wrong with you. This is what we as experts have discovered is wrong with you. The medication the parents bring, is it correct or is it overdose? We do away with what is unnecessary and we keep these children for a term. Within the term, because we have diagnosed them, we will say this kind of child can make this progress in this amount of time. Then we break it down into weeks, and every week we check on the child's progress and we check in with the parents. And the parents will be involved.
Definitely.
They will be involved. Up till now, they haven't been very much involved. Every week they're going to get a report. Your child could do this, could tie his shoelaces. He couldn't tie his shoelaces at the beginning.
But now he can.
Now he can. He couldn't wipe his butt at the beginning of the week. Now he can. He couldn't write A at the beginning of the week. Now he can. He couldn't sound the letter B at the beginning of the week. Now he can. So we're building curricula for each and every child. That's it.
All right. Okay. So my question goes to Pastor Hamidi, right? As the director for the Child Care Trust Center, when you came in, what were the challenges you met on ground, and what have you been able to do to mitigate these challenges?
Thank you very much. First of all, when we came, it was empty. We had to start interacting, making calls, making sure that the former students were recruited back into the center. and we started with 3 children, and then we grew up to 50. But some of them are intellectually impaired, and some are very knowledgeable, like especially the hearing impaired students. So they usually, with time, they graduate. Presently, this morning, I was called upon because one of our students will be traveling to the Western Bloc for further education because he's done with his secondary school. So we grew up to 50, and gradually we came down to 32, then 26, because, like she said, many other centers, like the mainstreams, have also adopted inclusive education. So that's why some of the children that are not also able to meet up with little maintenance fee, just minimal, are not able to come. So we really are soliciting for sponsorship, for scholarship, to enable the ones who are home to be in school.
All right. I'll come to you, Dr. Joyce, who you've been a part of this project for since time immemorial.
From inception.
From inception. We in our Gen Z term would tag you the OG of the OGs. So now that we're talking about the center has been revived and a lot of activities have started taking place, how can people be a part of this? How can they support? How can they also collaborate? We already have Pector Speech already collaborating. How can other people be a part of this thing so that we see that it is sustained and it's not something that dies down again?
For example, we are having a program coming up soon in July. I've started bringing in all the friends of the late first lady, because they were all very close to her and they are all eager to help. So we are sensitizing all those that love her so much when she was alive to come and join to reactivate the center, because we want to take the center to a real international level. And I know the lady we are collaborating with will take us to that level.
All right. So is it just strictly old friends of the late Stella Obasanjo, or anyone can be a part of this?
Anyone can be a part of this. It's just that I'm starting from that point.
Charity
starts
begins at home. Yes.
So they are the people that know her, and I know they will react immediately.
Right.
But we are going to go around getting others involved. And this is part of it, to get people to know about the sector. Then we'll start off from there.
All right. Chris, you wanted to say something
Yes.
very quickly before.
Thank you. I just wanted to add to what Dr. Joyce Bochco had just said. Charity begins at home. There's a proverb in Igbo that says, "Ewu lokotugenya," that the goat at home does not look fat. So we need to recognize what we have first at home before we start presenting ourselves outside. See, it's the value we put on ourselves, it's the value that our friends will put on our project that will attract other people. I want to say something. When you hear Mrs. Stella Obasanjo, that name of Obasanjo comes with a cloud, and people are wondering, why is Obasanjo not doing something? Why is Obasanjo has... No, we're not here because of the name. This is a non-government governmental organization that has nothing to do with the founder or the owner of the center. It is their idea. It's a collective thing. They've provided the structure, they've provided the vision. So we need vision carriers. We need embassies, international organizations. We need private sector, millionaires and billionaires that have this money, and they need to help share some of them with us so that these vulnerable children can have a better life, quality life. We need ministries of different ministries. They have so many cars and buses that they are not using. We just need one for transportation to take the children from one diagnostic place to the other. From one, we need official cars that can make the officials of the center move fast and swiftly to make sure that the center runs smoothly. We need furniture for the classroom. We need beddings. We need everything. We need to make the hostel so conducive for the children that they are comfortable. We need some security. We need to put the classes in such a way that it's not harmful, because they're special needs. So we have special furniture that we use for them, rounded edges, something. We need a soundproof center where children with autism, when they have their tantrums, we can put them safely there with padded walls and soundproof to help them acclimatize. We need language lab for the speech and language delayed children. We need the hospital. We have a clinic. We're asking different hospitals that have equipment that they're not using but will be beneficial to us to donate to us. We have a hospital that is willing to run the center for us. And the hospital will not only run for the center, to also take care of the community, because we're not just selfish to own everything. Whatever the center has, we also extend to the community around us. That is how we operate. So everybody is invited on the 22nd of July. Come and take a media tour with us. Come and see, because if you don't have an affinity to something, then you will not be able to invest in that vision. So come share our vision with us. And then on the 22nd of August, we'll be having a relaunch of the center. And that is where we want to see love for former First Lady, Mrs. Stella Obasanjo, materialized into tangible things. We want people who will sponsor the center yearly, so that we don't keep coming back to you every month. We're going to make every sponsorship budget available for the yearly needs of the center, and for people who have the capacity or the goodwill can come. And if you don't have money, you can gather your friends and raise some money and come and donate to the center. Because I'm not somebody who believes in the big shot. The little water here and there put together makes an ocean. So everybody's input is very important. If it's a notebook here, if it's one bag of curry there, if it's the children are not properly fed, like Dr. Buchku said, because of the maintenance money we pay. I was discussing with the director the other day. They barely eat meat how many times? Three times. And as a consultant, we asked them, we want to eat the food that the children are eating. And I've told them, please don't embellish it because I'm coming. I want to eat that food that these children, so that I can feel it, I can see if it is nutritious, if it is healthy. And we're looking for people who will come and make sure that health is important for the special needs children. We need to give them the right food, because there are certain things in their body that react and can make them react violently. So we need to get everything right for us to be at that international level. We want to be the pilot project. We want to be the epitome of excellence when it comes to special needs education. We can do it. And we have all the resources to make it work. And we have the human heart to make it work. All we need to do is to come together as one and do it as it should be done. Not for personal benefit, but for the collective good of families who suffer this disability with their children. Because a special needs child is not alone. It's a family that is a special needs family. It's not just the child. It's a holistic thing. Because the effect of that child affects the siblings and the mother and the men. We want to encourage the men. Let me speak to the fathers today. There is nothing you have done wrong to have a special needs child. That child was just created by God, and that child was handed over to you to take care of. So there is no shame, there is no condemnation, there is no guilt. It's a child. Each child has a soul, and that soul seeks for its father, its mother, and siblings. So all of you have to be present in the life of these children. We know that it's tough for you as a man, but love is a key to giving your child what that child needs to survive a very difficult situation in their life. For all the mothers out there, we say bravo to you for being able to give up your careers and everything that your desires are to stay with these children. You're not alone. There are millions of you around the world. We're here to give you the support that you need. We're here to train you, to give you the ability to be able to cope with the children when they're at home with you. We want to create a situation when the environment at home and at school are the same, and so that we can have the stability for these children. These children are routine children. You teach them and they stick to it. They are like sponges that just keep doing what they have been taught. So for all the caregivers, we want to appeal to you. If you don't have compassion for children, please don't be in the children's ministry. Don't do it as a job that puts food on your table, because you're not dealing with papers and pen, you're dealing with lives. And whatever you input into this life, live with them forever. We also want to encourage no maltreatment. That's why we want to form policy to teach you as a teacher how you manage these children without physically abusing them or verbally abusing them or mentally abusing them. Thank you.
talking about the relaunch of the center and the media tour on August 22nd, I want to direct this. Right, this August.
July.
Is it July?
July.
July 22nd, right?
Yes.
Okay. And this, my question goes to the director, Pastor Harmony. Could you tell us where the center is located and the facilities in this center? So that people will not just say, okay, Child Care Trust Center, and they don't know where it is. So tell us where the center is located and the facilities in the center.
Okay, Childcare Trust is located in Buari and is very close to the Nigerian Law School. It's off Nigerian Law School Road, just beside the fence. There's a road leading to Childcare Trust. It used to be called Childcare Trust Close, yeah, formerly, because the road was constructed by late Mama Stella Obasanjo, and she brought life to that place, and the lands there appreciated because of Childcare Trust. And we've got the best infrastructure in Nigeria, to my own knowledge, because we relate with other centers. And we're looking forward to having you come visit with us and also partnering with us. And presently we have water factory that serves the community and also the area councils. We're also into Jumbo, which is the seaway, like the dispenser. Yeah. So if you want to support us, we'll be very glad that we supply you some good, pure, clean water. And this was dug by Julius Berger, so it's really very clean and it's healthy for you. We also have classrooms, more than 10 classrooms. We have a clinic that has been launched years ago. We have X-ray machines, so we're looking forward to also having a medical center there. We have speech therapy department that will also aid the children to learn. So that's just a few I can say now. We have also the board rooms where we also have people coming for meetings and other things.
We also have the kitchen. We need to refurbish the kitchen for the children. We need to have refrigerators and freezers. We need to have tables, cutleries, and accessories for the dining for them. We also have hostels, capacity of 120, 60 for the girls and 60 for the boys. So we need bed sheets. We want uniform bed sheets. We want blankets when the weather is cold. We want slip-ons for the chicks so that they don't go barefoot. We need housewares for them. We need sanitary items for them. We need towels. We need for the women. It's a different ball game. We have
Entirely.
to take care of them. And then for the guys, we also need a lot of things. But something I want to say that we also need to take care of them physically and medically, especially the young girls that are there that are going through their poverty. We've also engaged a gynecologist, a doctor, that will also come into the center to examine them and make sure that they feel as women at their poverty will be well taken care of. We're also looking at taking care of the boys, to teach them how to be men, because like we said, they grow like normal human beings. The sexual feelings that we have, they also feel them. So we also want to teach them to be careful in a safe environment, to respect their body and what they expect, the change, to recognize the changes in their body when it happens.
Alright, so the age.
Okay, sorry. We also have vocational department where the children are able to learn skills and vocations. We have tailoring department too. So we have seen fruitful results in that aspect of our lives.
Alright, so
I discovered they have a chess club.
oh, they have a chess club.
And we want to rename it to Stella Passenger Chess Club, the Child Care Trust, to immortalize her name. So we're looking at already negotiating with another center in Ibadan for them to go for an inter-center competition, so that these children will also have opportunity to
Interact.
national sports, you have
Yes.
Midday.
We're already training.
Yeah, they're already training for it.
Yes.
So, and that kind of thing, I think we also invite either parents and outsiders to come and watch them. Like
Sure.
it's more mini inter sports
Alright.
for the center.
Okay, I wanted to ask the age grade or age range of the kids in the center. Is there a maximum or minimum age for the children in the center?
Yeah, initially when we started, we just wanted ages between 5 to 15. But to be honest to you, we have children who are 20 years old, but their mental age is like 3 years old. So out of empathy, we decided to take them in. Yes.
For special needs children, the normal age does not apply to them. It's the age in which they function mentally that
Yes.
we classify them. So, for people listening out there, even though we say from
5 to
from
15.
5 to 15,
Mm.
if your child is 30, if your child is older, and the mental capacity is below 15, bring them. We will help to use the vocational center. So what we're looking at the center now is when new batch of special needs children come in, we want to divide them into 3 sections. Those that are mentally able to pursue academic line, will tailor them towards that. Those that don't have the mental capacity, they have the physical capacity to go through vocational skills, we put them through that. There are some that can neither do both, and we'll call those ones special kids. Those ones will just need medical attention, and those are the 3 categories that we're looking at the center as per the intake they have now. But we're also trying to streamline so that we can be expert in what we're doing. We're not jack of all trades because we're looking for no. So from September we'll be working with the director to see how we can streamline the people, the special needs students that can come, so that we can give them the maximum care they need, and we can see result. And in result, more people can come, and we can make more impact to other families.
All right, it is still the People's 105.5 FM Abuja, the Midday Show, and we've had very special guests in the studio. We have very special guests in the studio. We have Dr. Joyce Ugochukwu, we have Pastor Harmony, we have Mrs. Mary Rose Lante Briggs, and Princess Nwakego Ibrahim here to talk to us about the Child Care Trust Center in Buari and the relaunch of the center. Thank you so much for coming in. But before we wrap up, do you have anything else, last minute thoughts you want to throw out there before we wrap up?
I want to announce that admission processes are open. We want to start the screening and assessment of prospective students and parents. Like Mrs. Mary Rose Lante Briggs said, we're not just admitting the children. The children and their parents are admitted. So we want husband and wife, father and fathers and mothers to come. Don't send your child with a guardian or a caregiver. We want to interact with you. We want to see, we want to hear your expectation. We want to know how we can meet your own needs. We want to help your family to adapt to the new reality of your family. We're also asking that if you know any special needs child that is homeless, that needs support, they're not able to, we just want to start compiling lists so that with the list we can have a face to these children and we can have a target sponsorship for them. So we also want to encourage parents. Again, it comes to finances. But like I said, if you have 5 kids and one of them is special needs, just believe that you have 5 kids. You don't have 4.5 kids. While all the other 4, you go to the best schools, you pay millions for them. When it gets to the special needs, you just want to come and dump them. You have to make financial resources for these children, for them also to have the quality of life that their siblings are having in their own regular school. So we're appealing to you. Don't come having to present yourself as if you do not have enough to take care of your children. It is is your sole responsibility to take care of your children financially, emotionally, mentally, physically, and socially. It is your right. It is your duty. Don't shift your duties to society. Don't shift your duties to the caregivers.
Alright.
If you do your own part, society and all the people that are involved will come to your support, and the child will have a wholesome education and support throughout the system. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Do you have something to say?
Yeah, I just want to say, please sow the seed of hope
Mhm.
in the lives of these disabled children, because there is ability in disability.
Alright.
Thank you so much for coming in. It was so wonderful having you here in the studio. It's still the People's 105.5 FM Abuja, and the trio will be back. Okay.
I'd just like to say thank you very much to your GM, Mr. Kalu, for allowing us to have this kind of opportunity. We met with him for only about 30 minutes, and he came up with the idea that we should just walk into the studio. You yourself were not prepared. We were not prepared, so we just want to thank him very much, and God bless.